Omar Miller and Charles Freeman were both sentenced to life in prison for the slaying of a 19-year-old man in West Pottsgrove. That story and more when we come back. Welcome to Off the Presses. I'm Diane Hoffman. With his hands in his pockets and a grin on his face, 28-year-old Omar Miller of Philadelphia on Monday learned that he will spend the remainder of his life behind bars for participating with 3 others in a home invasion robbery that left a West Pottsgrove man dead. Miller said nothing as Montgomery County Judge Wendy Demchek-Alloy sentenced him to life imprisonment in connection with the May 5th, 2013 slaying of 19-year-old Kareem Ali Burrowy. Deputy District Attorney Samantha Kaufman, who was assisted at the trial by co-prosecutor Anthony Saccarino, had this to say about Miller's sentencing.
What's the significance of this life sentence? I mean, he will never be paroled, is that correct?
That's correct.
And talk about the tragedy of this whole case. What was the motive?
This didn't have to happen. This happened because of greed.
Charles Freeman, Miller's co-conspirator, was also sentenced to life in prison on Tuesday for his role as the getaway driver during the crime. Maurice Andrews, the Pottstown man accused of gunning down another man outside a borough bar, professed his innocence and showed confidence in the jury selected as his trial began this week.
How you doing today, Mr. Andrews?
I'm good. How you doing?
All right. How you feeling as your trial's about to get underway?
I feel good. I'm nervous.
What are you nervous about?
I mean, I'm being judged by 12 people in my life. It's a lot to be nervous about.
Do you feel good about the composition of the jury?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good.
What do you hope they learn?
I hope they learn that I'm a good man and I ain't never killed nobody in my life.
Andrews is charged with first and third degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and a firearms violations in connection with the March 22, 2013 gunshot slaying of Victor Enrique Baez outside Brian's Cafe in the 300 block of Jefferson Avenue. Last week, Todd's Tree Service owner Todd Dawson and 2 of his employees volunteered their time cutting and trimming Edgewood Cemetery, located between High and Beach Streets in the east end of the borough. He said, "I go past it a lot and it just kept getting worse and worse. I'd see an American flag in there through the trees once in a blue moon, but once I got in there and started mowing, I realized how many veterans are buried there. It's pathetic that their graves are not better tended." In the meantime, Dawson and his volunteers are trying to get the cemetery back into decent shape. According to a message sent to us on Facebook, at 7:30 a.m. this Saturday, a group of community volunteers will be at Edgewood Cemetery cleaning the overgrown grass. We'd like to welcome Mika Patterson here for this week's Fit for Life segment.
They probably meant something different when they named it a runway, but run is what hundreds of people did on the Heritage-Field Airport landing strip in Limerick. The entire airport was closed down from 6 to 8 p.m. Friday as 200 people raced down the airport runway for the Saucony Mile. The mile-long race included divisions for kids, elite runners, women, and men. The Chester County Running Store, along with the Saucony Shoe Company, hosted the event. Store owner Don Morrison said this was the first ever Saucony Mile down the runway and that it was created so runners could have a unique experience. Our next Mercury Mile will be held at noon this Thursday at Riverfront Park. Hope to see you there.
We'll be back after this short break.
McConnell's Refrigeration has a huge inventory of refurbished refrigerators and restaurant equipment. Local delivery is $25. We service all makes and models. Call Rob at 610-469-6107.
Welcome back to Off the Presses. I'm Diane Hoffman. On Saturday, more than 10 people volunteered to help search for an Amity man who has been missing for almost 3 weeks. Robert Kosick, who is 65, had not been heard from for 2 weeks when family members asked for police to stop by his mobile home. When officers arrived, there was no sign of Kosick or where he may have gone. Family members told investigating officers that Kosick walks with a limp and could be diabetic, but that has not been confirmed by a doctor. He may also be prone to blackouts, a residual effect from racing injury he had when he was younger. Anyone with information about Kosick should call police at 610-689-6002. When we come back, we'll look at last weekend's volleyball rumble in Pottstown.
Don't wait any longer. Start saving money on your heating bill when you heat your entire home, water, and more with the safe, comfortable heat of a central boiler outdoor furnace. Call Keeler Service Center at 215-723-8445 or visit KeelerServices.com.
After play on the first full day of the 23rd Pottstown Rumble kept the lights on until close to midnight Saturday, the tournament concluded Sunday at Memorial Park. Spectators saw action from junior doubles teams as well as co-ed doubles and gender-blind quad teams. But the highlight of the day was the men's open finals. This year brought 3 past champions back to the center court. Andrei Belov, half of the winning 2012 team, and his partner Avery Drost faced off against reigning champions Mark Burick and Hudson Bates. After winning 2 games in a best-of-3 situation, Burick and Bates kept their crown as Pottstown Rumble men's champions. This is the 3rd time in 4 years the pair has won the championship. This year they took home $5,000 in prize money. Saturday was the 20th Soapbox Derby held on Wilson Street Hill in Pottstown. The Derby, which is sponsored by the Ambucks, had 36 racers compete to advance to the All-American Soapbox Derby Championship in Akron, Ohio. This year, Pottstown will send its 3rd brother and sister team to the championship. Jacob Colsey won the stock division and his sister Amber won super stock. Tara Casey raced to the top of the Masters division. Stop the Violence March organizers Kenya Edwards announced that this Friday, the Daughters of Judah will be hosting this week's protest at 7 p.m. Friday. Borough residents who would like to participate in the march are encouraged to bring their families, friends, and neighbors. Participants should meet at 201 North Hanover Street in Pottstown at 7 o'clock. When we come back, the termination of one swim coach has led to a public outcry.
Hi, I'm Frank Otto. Longtime Pottstown YMCA head swimming coach Cathy Cook was suddenly terminated from her post on June 11th in a move that has led to an outcry from current and past members of the program. Cook was dismissed by Pottstown YMCA Executive Director Dan Albert, who was appointed to the position in December 2013. No explanation has been provided by the Pottstown YMCA or the Freedom Valley YMCA, despite several requests seeking comment. Albert has been unavailable for comment while on vacation from his position since Cook's firing. Cook's dismissal came less than 3 months after guiding the Pottstown YMCA Seahawks team to its first ever state title at the 2014 YMCA Pennsylvania State Swimming Championships at Penn State University. 1 week later, Cook was also named YMCA National Coach of the Year at the Indoor Nationals in Greensboro, North Carolina. During her swimming years at the Pottstown YMCA, Cook was also a 3-time YMCA state champion, and her main events were the butterfly and freestyle. She started teaching swimming when she was 16 at the North End Swim Club in Pottstown, and later at the Old Pottstown Y. Since 1999, she has worked full-time at the Pottstown YMCA Swim Club. For local sports, highlights, and sports coverage from around the region, visit GameTimePA.com.
From myself and the rest of the Off the Presses team, thanks for watching. For the most up-to-date news, weather, sports, and entertainment, visit our website, pottsmerc.com. Follow us on Twitter. Our handle is MercuryX, and you can find us on Facebook. We'll be here every week with a recap of the top stories and what you can expect coming up next, Off the Presses.